All right. So welcome everyone to the Wednesday weekly coaching call. My name is Omar Pinto. Co-host is Tori Skeen. And today we're just going to dive into our weekly coaching call with Michael. So Michael, tell us, how can we help you?
Thanks, Omar. Just kind of like yesterday in the meeting, it's just letting go of fear. Fear has been running my life for a very, very long time. There's been members here that just actually say, quit trying about certain aspects of fear. But just fear of change. I got so locked into the lifestyle of addiction and partying and working really hard to integrate that into raising a family um, with that, which it was good when you just had one kid, but then all of a sudden we ended up with three children um, at the drop of a hat.
Mm-hmm.
And, trying to do the party and three children, that's not very easy.
No.
And it it's oh man, this is hard to say, but this is the absolute truth. Is when they were born, I had a huge resentment. I had a huge resentment at the doctors. I had a huge resentment against my uh, wife, and then a huge resentment against the children that are to be, because after 8 miscarriages and told that we're not being able to have kids, and then I got these two beautiful children that I absolutely adore and love now, but that wasn't always the case, and but there's still that one part of me that needs to let go, and it's just this fear of change, to let go of the what I personally call the party, and to grow the f up.
Mm-hmm.
um
Mm-hmm.
and I'm in, my mid 40s now, and it's just time to grow up. But when I found the party, it was man, it was really kind of my saving grace, because I mean, I didn't know anything else. I mean, I just all I knew was misery, and then all of a sudden I felt good.
Mm.
And now this one thing, the party that made me feel good, and made it gave me an excuse to wake up in the morning. Now that is when it started to conflict with actually having to be something else that I want to be, a good father and a good husband as well. Um, when it all just collided, it exploded. It all exploded in my face, and it took me down, and it took me down hard. But which way did I go? Did I go in the no, I went to the familiar way. I went to the way that I've been doing for 20 years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All because of fear. I'm just and ever since that moment, I wake up in the mornings, 3 a.m. to anywhere from 2 to 4 a.m. like clockwork, with this fear, this panic that overcomes my entire body, my heart, my soul, my mind. That I'm not sure I'm gonna make it till 7 a.m. And but it's just, and I constantly am trying too hard with self will to beat this, and I'm at the point now. That's why I'm here. I need help, and I can't beat this, not without help. And I've been in and out of the rooms of different 12-step organizations for almost 5 years now, and I've jived with some I have not, but it's just still. But when I started to feel the change come on, I would rebel and say, "Oh, hold on, no, 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 no. Okay, maybe I'm not ready for change." And then I'd go back and I would do a so-called relapse, whatever you want to call it,
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
and head straight back to the familiar,
Mm-hmm.
and let the fear control me. And let the fear control me. I'm sick of the fear controlling me. And I'm just ready to turn that page. You know, I'm ready to get help and listen to advice to help me move past this, to grasp something else. Just grab something. I haven't grasped anything. You know, I'll be honest. I haven't grasped anything. Just want to grasp something to hold on to that I can feel safe and to pull me through past the fear so I can. And I understand that everybody lives with some certain kinds of fear. You know, some fear is healthy. You know, I mean, if I
Very
run into
much.
that snake in my
Mm-hmm.
front, I mean, I live in the
Yes.
country in
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma. If I run into that copperhead snake, hey man, that's good natural fear. You know,
Fear is going to
back
save
the
your
fuck
life.
off. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
you know, but there's some fear that I feel like I need to pass through instead of just saying, okay, never mind, you win again. Let me go back to what I was doing. I'm headed to the liquor store. Um, and you know, my recoveries came in phases. I've been off of actually illicit narcotic drugs for about 2.5 years now. I went into a Suboxone program, and I did the program. I listened to the doctors that were smarter than me. You know, I feel like my higher power that I have now gave them the brains to get educated and to do this, um, to help me. But see, I was still trying to rebel, so I would try to tell them how to do their job.
Mm-hmm. 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 Well,
But
it's all right. So I got enough. I got enough. I got
thank
enough
you, thank you.
information. Okay. So first of all, what we need to do is really bring down the pressure. I can feel your pressure. Okay. So there's all this intensity. So let me write this down. So there's intensity, there's pressure, there's a sense of urgency. A lot of that is going to play right into the fear. And really trying to understand what's behind the fear is what's really important, because if I'm in a 12-step fellowship, the idea of being inside of a 12-step fellowship is to overcome the need to use a substance. So the focus is on the symptom. So I am drinking excessively or I'm using excessively. So I need some tools on how not to drink and use successfully. However, that doesn't attack or doesn't go into the underlying issue of why you're drinking in the first place. So we have to really understand what is behind all this fear, and also recognizing that crippling fear is something we have all dealt with. I know that 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, waking up, and it's just this all consuming anxiety and fear. And I'm trying to go back to sleep and I can't. And it's this, you know, all I can describe it as is fear. But what ideally, I got to understand, what am I so afraid of?
Right, yeah, that's hard. That's hard, man.
It's the
I just
fear.
what
It's
am I?
the fear, right? So the question here is, what am I so afraid of? That is the question. So I want you to stop for a moment and I want you to think about those 2 in the morning. You're up at 2, up at 3, whatever, and you're trying to go to sleep and you can't sleep, toss, turn, whatever. What are you thinking about?
Well, dying,
Okay.
um, losing someone close to me,
Okay. Dying.
um, because and I know that because everybody's asleep in my house. It's a family of five, and you know, and most of the time, even though I have sponsors that would say, that, "Hey, call me at 3 in the morning," but you know, I'll get over to my wife, and I'm not going to tell too much of her story. That's going to be up to her. But you know, I'm just like, wake up and talk to me. I need some kind of human interaction right now. And then I'll get desperate and even get on YouTube and look for some kind of affirmations or something to talk to get me off of this ledge that I'm on because I'm ready to jump off. And it wasn't until about the past year that, and I have a lot of stuff around my house that could harm me. And I started to finally consider some of those options, and I was just, and then that's when I just knew that it has went too far. But I just need some human interaction at that point in time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where's my mom? Where's something? Going on. I need someone to talk to. I just need someone to embrace me, to hold me, to hug me, to tell me it's going to be okay.
Okay. All right.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of it.
As we, little by little by little, as you feel safer, that truth will come out, right? Because it's the vulnerability that we need to express. It leaves us feeling very exposed. And we as humans, we're very delicate. And even though we're men, we do not honor how delicate we truly are. And as far as physical pain and emotional pain, women are so much stronger than we are.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. And they don't get enough credit for being as strong as they are. That's right. Right, Tori?
Yeah, Tori, you're right.
Right. And so ultimately, and as a matter of fact, I just noticed for the first time, there's more men on the call than women. This is like mind blowing right here. Like it's all men except for Tori. So energetically, there's a shift. It could be even me too. But ultimately, what we're talking about here is a very, very delicate subject, which is this fear of being vulnerable. So here's part of the fear. I wake up in the morning and I need some sort of interaction. I need to engage with someone, and then ultimately what it leads, I need my wife. Where's my mom? I need someone to embrace me, to hold me. Right. And I don't know who to talk to. Who do I say this to? Who do I say I need my mommy? And so there is immediately judgment. Immediately I start to judge myself and I start to judge my feelings and and it just becomes one chaotic ball. And it's like, I don't want to be thinking about this. Now there's this other thing too. If I wake up and the first thing I do is want to interact with someone, what that is telling me is I need a distraction because I want to avoid whatever it is that's trying to make its way to the top. There is information, there is feelings and emotions trying to get my attention, trying to surface, trying to be released. And what I am truly afraid of is guess.
Being alone?
Yes, I'm afraid of being alone. But why am I afraid of being alone?
I have no idea.
Because I'm afraid to feel.
Yeah, there it is.
There's nothing else. There is nothing else. I am afraid to feel. So now that we've kind of just unpacked this a little bit, I want to try and engage your intuition. So this is where I'll ask you to kind of guess to the best of your ability. So if I'm trying to distract myself, if I recognize, okay, I'm waking up and I'm afraid, and I immediately want to reach out to someone, I want to connect with someone, I want my mommy. It's because I want to distract myself from these feelings. I want to avoid feeling something. So as human beings, we're either trying to feel something or we're trying to avoid feeling something. That's it. Spoiler alert, this is human. I am either trying to feel something or I'm trying not to feel something. Why do I use drugs? I'm trying to feel something or not feel something. Why do I drink? It's all the same thing. So now as we get closer, it's like, okay, now obviously I'm trying to avoid feeling this. Oh, I'm avoid feeling afraid. But as soon as we go into what is it that you're afraid of, that's when the blocks come up. I don't know. It's easy to point at fear, but identifying what really I'm afraid of, that's the real fear. So as I bring this up, if you allow yourself to connect with some of or any of the thoughts that come to you when you are alone, when it is in the morning, when it is quiet,
I don't understand quiet. And now that I have it, it scares the shit out of me. All I've known is chaos. I mean, from early on. I mean, as me and a single mother, she was only 14. I mean, I've lived in chaos. And now that and when it gets quiet, my mind goes nuts. And I've always been taught to be so emotionally tough, and I'm not. I'm absolutely not emotionally tough. I'm basically the opposite. But I had to create a facade to make me anything but emotionally weak. And I don't know how to deal with emotional weakness. And I just don't know how to do it. I don't know how to deal with sad. I've just always been taught, I mean, my mom, I mean, she had to fight. Everybody had to fight, and then now all of a sudden I don't have to fight. We don't have to fight. Nobody has to fight no more. And, I don't know. We talk a little bit, but now that we don't have to do that, I absolutely have no idea what to do with the fact that we don't have to fight anymore. The fact that I could actually, I don't know how to stop and enjoy what has been presented to, me and my family. And a lot of people just, oh, that's really lucky, but I still try to create chaos. I'm the one creating chaos, and I was the one creating chaos in my family to keep it going, because I can't. Wow, damn, that was totally me. Yeah. So I would create chaos to keep this manic behavior going. Manic, yeah, that's a good word. This manic behavior going when everybody else was embracing the, hey, cool, we're here. Well, I don't even know where here is. I don't want to deal with here. What's going on? Stop. Oh, hold on, shit. I'm very uncomfortable. I don't know what this is.
It's called being in unfamiliar territory.
Yeah, way out of my comfort zone.
So unfamiliar. So chaos is familiar.
Yes.
Familiar makes us feel safe. Quiet is unfamiliar.
Wow.
Thus makes me feel unsafe.
It's pretty why does it gotta sound so easy all of a sudden? It's like,
Michael, here's the thing. It's all simple. We are complicated.
Oh, okay. Oh man.
That was a
Yeah.
good laugh. That was a good, something came out.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't even know when the last time I laughed like that.
Yeah. Well, it's because something inside of you said, oh,
Uh,
shit, we had it
yeah,
all wrong.
yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
God. And it's
yeah.
funny because guess what? Life is not supposed to be that heavy, Michael. It's not.
Okay.
It's not supposed to be heavy. It's not supposed to be painful. It's not supposed to be arduous. We're not supposed to be suffering all the time. Guess what? We're going to. Okay. Who in here has suffered? Who in here has suffered multiple times? Okay. So guess what? Even though we do suffer and there is pain and it is part of the process, okay, it doesn't mean I have to stay in there. Okay. I simply just need to learn what I need to learn and then move on. Okay. And so that was what that big laugh was like. No way, dude. It can't be that simple, but it is. It actually is that. Damn it. And that is a wonderful place to be, Michael.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So what's coming up for you right now? It seems like there's a lot coming up for you.
Just man, I mean, I complicate the absolute shit out of everything.
Mm-hmm. For
And
what
I've been
reason?
doing it.
For what reason?
Because I'm just, I don't know.
No, we already know why you do it. Chaos is what?
I'm familiar with chaos. I'm just, yeah, I create chaos because it's familiar. That's all I know.
And familiar feels
comfortable
and
easy.
safe.
Yeah.
Safe. Familiar
Safe.
is safe. It doesn't matter how fucked up your childhood is, no matter how fucked up things are on in your life. People are always like, I just want to go home.
Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because it's familiar.
Yeah, it is.
It's the devil you know versus the devil you don't. And when you're sitting in quiet and silence and there's no chaos and it feels uncomfortable because this is not familiar, then I don't feel safe and my body just goes into a fight or flight mode. That's it. It's an automatic conditioned response based on stimulus. Nothing more.
Well, yeah, that is the devil in I. Oh man. Yeah, that's exactly where I feel safe.
So now that we've unpacked this, let's see if we can identify what your biggest fear. If I was to say, hey, Michael, what is your biggest fear? What would that be?
Losing a child.
Okay. All right. And what ages are your children?
18 and 2 at 7.
Okay. So twins.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So 18-year-old. Okay. So losing a child. How so?
It might just be the fact that they're not going to be here or something. And I'll be alone again and even more quiet. All to myself. All to me and my 12 disciples that are driving me absolutely bonkers. That's what I mean.
When we just circle back around, it's this, what's my biggest fear? To lose one of my children, to lose all of my children, right? Ultimately, for what reason? Because I'll be alone. So no, my biggest fear is being alone.
Pretty much, Mr. Codependent.
Okay. And so my biggest fear is being alone because my actual biggest fear is feeling.
Yes. I hate feeling. Feeling sucks.
Okay. I hate feeling. Now, there is some good news. Once we recognize that the only thing that I am afraid of is to feel something, I can immediately change my focus. And so here's one possible way of looking at this. It could be as simple as saying, and then I do this often, right? When these moments come up, you can say, oh, that's right. Okay. Thank you, unconscious mind. Thank you, unconscious mind, for always keeping me safe, always protecting me. Thank you so much. I know that you're thinking it's not safe, but really it is. We're fine. Thank you so much. Everything's going to be okay. There's no monster that's going to eat me. Okay?
Yes.
The ground isn't going to open up and swallow me. My kids aren't going to get hit by lightning. My wife isn't going to leave me. It's just quiet. That's all. It's safe. We're okay.
That might be why my meditations hasn't went as far as I would like.
Harsh.
They only last about 3 minutes, and then I go into, okay, yeah, that's good.
So now it's time for you to spend a little time with Michael, and really, this is an opportunity to reparent. This is an opportunity to reparent. Okay, and there's a couple of things that you can do, especially at that time in the morning. Okay, so instead of reaching out for my wife or thinking about my mom, right? You can have like a regular pillow or a small pillow, something that you can grab onto and get in the fetal position. Okay. I sleep like that every night.
That's exactly how I sleep.
Okay. So I have to have some sort of something that I can hold on to that brings me comfort when I sleep. Okay. When I am feeling anxious, I breathe and I rub my chest. Okay. So it's like, you're okay. You're okay.
So your chest would get tight. I mean, my chest would get real tight.
Oh yeah. Real tight.
Okay.
Real tight. So I'll be like, try it. Breathe. Rub your chest. But like hard, like just like grab yourself. Like you can grab your shoulders, like it's okay. It's okay.
Basically give myself a hug.
Yeah.
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 That actually works pretty good.
Yeah. And usually from this place, right? If you're in this place and it's early in the morning and it's quiet, then I can feel the feels. I can get sad and I can cry, and I can just be like, I think I'm feeling sad. I think I'm going to cry a little bit here. Okay. It's okay. I'm okay. It's okay. It's going to pass. This is going to pass. It's okay. It's safe. It's okay. And breathe. You breathe. Just breathe and talk. See, there's more than one way to self-soothe. There's copious amounts of alcohol and drugs.
Right.
And there is actually what we truly desire is to be comforted, is to feel. And that's what I want my wife to do. I said it right here. I want her to hold me and embrace me and tell me it's going to be okay.
Yeah, yeah, man, that's pretty straight up.
It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
Man. But yeah, and that's yeah, that makes sense because the women in my life don't do that.
And it is okay to soothe ourselves. We used to do it as children. Children will suck their thumbs. Children will curl up in a ball. Children will have a favorite stuffed animal. They have a favorite blanket. Children know exactly what to do. They throw temper tantrums. They exhaust themselves. They know how to process anger. We are naturally born with all of the tools that we need to process anger, sadness, happiness, excitement, anxiety, frustration. It's all built in. Child feels uncomfortable,
That's
he
good. I
cries, he
watched that.
cries, screams. And then before you know it, they just kind of knock out, right? But first they kind of curl up in a ball. So now as we bring down all the intensity, we bring clarity, understanding, love, patience, quiet. What's
I'm
coming
okay.
up? What's coming up for you?
Right now, in my head, I'm watching my kids do exactly what you just said. I'm watching Tillman throwing his temper tantrum, and me telling my wife to quit yelling at him, and for me to tell him to just go upstairs and process it because that's really truly innately what I guess I've always wanted to be able to do. And you know, you always want for your children what you want for yourself, I guess, or vice versa,
Yes.
however that's put.
Yes. That was correct.
Okay. And that's I guess I've always kind of known because I mean I would tell them like go up there and process it, go up to your room, process it, get it out, and then in 30 minutes, most of the time not even that long, he's down here. Hey, shit, everything's fine. Dad, what's for dinner? Hey, that's cool. You can come up here and play Legos with me? Yeah, all right. Wow, that was right on. So, uh, there's a lot to learn from just right around me. I quit trying to create the chaos and making it overcomplicated, I guess.
So,
Damn, I'm relaxed.
right? Huh?
Yeah.
This can be your new normal, Michael.
That would be amazing.
This can be your new
I would actually feel like I could live through another night. I wouldn't be so damn afraid to go to sleep at night.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I'm terrified. I'm absolutely terrified to go to sleep. Why would I want to go to sleep when I know what's coming? But I mean, I could go to bed right now. Now you might not see me for a couple of days.
Well, guess what that would mean? Your body really needed it. Your body
Yeah,
needs to rest.
it does. It does.
The incredible thing or the most powerful thing that we can give our children is an opportunity for them to be themselves and an opportunity for them to process their feelings and emotions and hold the space for them that we did not as children get an opportunity for others to hold that space for us. What a blessing
It is.
that is for you and for them because we heal through them.
It makes a lot of sense.
We give them the love that we did not receive. We give them the patience we did not receive. We give them the understanding. As I was doing my work, I recognized that this was not all for naught, that all the pain and all the suffering and all the anguish and all the loss and all the struggle that I went through is so I could give my daughter everything I did not have. She brings me joy I can't talk about my daughter without crying.
Oh man, this makes so much sense because that's what I mean, but now I can do it. I just wanted to do it, of course, without substances and without just torturing myself that I wasn't doing something right. But I guess I have been doing a lot of things right.
Yeah, of course you have.
They know I love them. They feel it deep. They smile when I go into a room. They light up, and that feels good. But there's a little bit of selfishness there that I need to get over.
What selfishness could that possibly be?
I have no idea. Maybe I'm like, okay, well, I didn't get that. I don't know. Maybe that it was very childish. But man, that's
let's shift that selfishness into gratitude and say, wow, so grateful that I learned how to love my children the way I always wanted. And I do. I love my daughter in ways that she knows how much I love her, and I can hold her and hug. She's 18 years old and I can still hold her, and she'll still let me, because she's always known what she means to me. So I get to cry and I get to get emotional and I get to feel joy and exuberance and excitement and satisfaction and gratitude and appreciation for me.
That's good.
Because I made those choices, Michael. I chose to love her. I chose to make sure she knew how much I loved her and made sure she knew how much she was loved. And so I am receiving all the benefits of that unconditional love because I'm getting it right back. It's not about being selfish. It's not about giving and getting. It is about giving and receiving freely without an agenda.
And that's okay, I guess. I mean, I don't, for some reason, I just didn't think that was okay. But it sounds like it's okay because it makes, when you talk about it, when I hear it from someone else that is experiencing the exact same thing, it makes it feel okay. And that's what I've always wanted, just to feel okay with what I was doing. Maybe I've never gotten that. I don't know. Hey, what you're doing? It's okay. I've never got that. Hey, it's okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
I've never gotten that. It's okay. I just want to feel okay. That's all I want.
That's it.
And I just want my kids. That's what I want my kids. My wife. Okay. But I've never got that until I decided to take this journey. And that was a decision that I fought for a long time. And now it's all coming to fruition and I love it. I love it.
This is your new normal, Michael. Peace.
I can deal with that. I like that new normal and then the COVID new normal crap.
Well, for all intents and purposes, COVID has allowed many of us to find that peace that was so desperately lacking in our lives because of the chaos that we were all living in prior to COVID. 2-hour commutes, subways filled with people, noise, crowds, stress, pressure, family values gone, completely self-absorbed, fully outcome oriented. Everything was about results. And now all of a sudden, everyone's in their bubble. Everyone's in their bubble. And what's your bubble? Your bubble's always been about your nucleus, your nuclear family. That's what's important. I used to come home every night after school and we would have dinner at the same time every night. And all of that's changed. and it's come back.
Wow.
Mother Nature, she has a way of self-correcting, brother.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Yes, she does.
All right, so listen, we got 15 minutes. This was an incredibly deep session. I had no idea where we were going, so I'm super excited that Michael joined us and we got an opportunity to go here because it's such an important topic. It's this idea of recognizing that you have been living in a false sense of security because of how you were raised. So who has some input? Who would like to jump in here, give a little bit of feedback, tell us a little bit about what you got from it? Oh, look at this. The Book of Eli by Denzel Washington. Okay. Leo suggested that. Okay. All right. Isn't that a movie? Yeah, the movie.
It's a great. I am very tied to that movie.
Oh man.
I am
Okay.
very tied to that movie.
Okay. Boom. Okay. That's next. I'm watching that tonight. That's done. That's done. All right. Come on, Tori.
Yeah. Well, Michael, thank you, first of all, for being so open and so vulnerable, because it does take a lot to put yourself out there. But I there's so much I relate to, especially living in the state of chaos and being comfortable with that. Because that's something that I lived in for many years. And then right when I was close, I would just end up, going back and doing the same thing over and over again. It was like dipping my toe in the pool, in a cold pool, and then stepping back out again because it was like, fuck this, and living in a false sense of security because of how you were raised. There's so much to explore when you're living in that sense of security. It's like my God, I was actually just talking about this with a friend today. It's like a security blanket, but that security blanket for me had never provided any substance to my life. It was just comfortable, and like getting more substance and finding that joy is about stepping out of that and feeling. And no matter, it's going to be uncomfortable to get comfortable. And if you didn't feel, and I was going to write this in the chat, if like you didn't feel, then if none of us felt, we'd be robots. So, and that's called being human. So I just appreciate you, you sharing and being open, because it helped me, and there's a lot that I related to. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Tori. I didn't plan on this today.
No one does, Michael. No one does. That's why they don't typically jump right in.
I mean, things went totally wrong today for me to be here.
No, they went totally right.
Oh, I know that. I know that now. I know that now. I know that now.
Leo, I'd love to get a little of your feedback, because I know you can relate to all of this.
I'm going to stay in my lane as much as I can. I'm going to stay in my lane as much as I can. Michael, we met on Sunday. That was God doing the talking. We talked last night. You were there. We're here. The Book of Eli, man, it was such a good movie where, the line where he's like, and he says, I'm so very tired. With our drinking and our using, we get to that point. I'm so very tired, and I'll do anything to get out of this. And you're not alone. We've all been through it. You're telling your story, man. I got my shit from my youth too. Everybody in the room knows it. Omar knows what it is, man. It's tough shit, but you know what? You walk through it. And I used to get up at 2, 3 in the morning too, because I'd be quiet, and all of a sudden I can't sleep no more. The hate's right there. Bang, wake up, hate, start drinking, call work at 6 o'clock. I can't make it in. I'm sick, whatever. And then the run was on. Dude, we're the same guy. But like I said to you on Sunday night, recovery is possible once you get this monkey off your back. Like I'm so very tired. That's such a good line. And that's your movie too, man. That's God talking, brother.
Yes, sir. He's here.
Thank you, Leo. Thank you. Anybody else? Eric, you got anything? Tree life? Who wants to jump in? Gary, you're brand new. Go ahead. Go ahead, Travis.
A lot of this really spoke to me, and I want to say thank you, Michael, for, being vulnerable to come up and share this and willing to do the work. Like, I've been in the position many times. It's typically put me further along in my recovery, so I hope that works for you. But one of the things that really, really stuck to my mind here is when you said, Omar, about like when you use home, like when shit hits the fan and people just want to go home to that familiar feeling, right? And I was just like, why is that? I'll go on a nice vacation to mountains and all the things, and after a while I get homesick. Like, I'm so stressed out with all this good shit that I want to go back to where I'm familiar. And that was just interesting because of how, in retrospect, looking at addiction, how familiar all of the behaviors and the thought patterns are, and not even being able to correlate them unless I work a program of awareness and mindfulness. Like, for example, like you, in this meeting, we're just talking about the negative self-talk and not understanding like that you're afraid of feelings and stuff like that. So your addictive thinking, your familiar home is going back to like whatever you're I'm not going to be good enough type thinking and stuff. And we all have those patterns, which is fascinating to me that we learned these patterns as kids or young adults and carry them on with us. And, we go back to our house. And one of the things that I love thinking about on the other side of house as a metaphor is keeping my house clean before I tell someone else to go clean their house. And so good metaphors today for like keeping your house clean and familiarities and stuff. And it's tough. It's really tough breaking patterns and going into a world of uncomfortableness. But for me, the things that I have worked the hardest for have typically given me the most joy, the most reward, all the good stuff. Most things worth working for are worth the discomfort of going through growing pains, from my experience. So that's what I got.
Thanks, Travis.
Thank you, Travis.
Eric, were you going to jump in? Or no? No. What about you, Gary? You want to jump in at all? I don't want to put you in the hot seat, but I saw you over there.
No, that's fine. Michael and I speak anyways. We use a WhatsApp and we text back and forth. So, we've never gotten this deep in our chats, just more support. And, I've been down the long road and I've got the experience and the age. And I just listen to people. I don't tell people what I think. I learn more when my ears are open and my mouth is shut. And that's the only way I can get to truly know somebody is by just sitting, because normally they want to be listened to. They don't want your advice. They don't need first of all, I have no certificate that says I'm trained to be, advising people. I just use common sense. If they ask me a question, it's no more than just being plain old, normal, fashioned common sense. And I know what he's going through because for the first time in my life, for the last 3 months, I've been fighting a really deep, dark depression. But I didn't sit and hold it in on myself. I had my GP line me up with a psychiatrist, and we're meeting once a week, Mike, and she's helping me because she knows how to pull things out, and a lot like Omar does. He does that, and she does it well because she'll listen to me for a while, and as she's making notes, and then we kind of get down to the last half hour, and then we kind of crack the egg open. I'm a father of 6. So I get the whole family kids thing and how much anxiety there is in raising them. Since a year ago, January, I've been caring for my wife who has stage 4 cancer.
Oof.
So taking care of everything in my house, cooking, cleaning, grocery shop. I mean, you name it. You know what it is. So yeah, it finally hit me. It built up on me, much like your anxiety and your worry did, to a point where it dug a huge hole and I fell into it. And that had never happened to me in my life. And it scared the living shit out of me because I couldn't climb out by myself. And there was nobody throwing a rope to me. And thank God my GP took it seriously and got me professional help because I truly need it. Suicide or any of that? No. Self-harm? No. Just exactly what you're saying, man. Anxiety, trying to deal with your surroundings, your environment, and coming out on the other side of it, mentally healed and a better person because now you can focus. You can be there with your family and not be looking at them and go, what happens if I lose them? Instead, you can look at them and say, man, I'm really enjoying this. I have a great life. So and appreciate the little things, man, because I tell you what, when you start losing them, there's no getting it back. So again, I'm not licensed, nothing else. This is just my life and my common sense that's speaking to you. But we'll keep chatting like we do on the app. You know, I'm always there. So if you're having a bad day, chime in. So
I appreciate you, Gary.
Yeah, no problem, Mike. Omar, I guess that's all I've got, man.
Thank you, Gary. And I just want to send you so much love, Gary. A lot of love, a lot of prayers for you and for your wife, for your family. This is as tough as it gets. This is as tough as it gets. And you know, the takeaway from that is the same. Vulnerability, asking for help, you know, and getting the help is what's necessary. Is absolutely, it's the game changer. I'm either trying to feel something or I'm trying not to feel something. And when I recognize that it's as simple as that, then it's important for me to ask someone to hold some space for me.
Well, if you had told me I'd be sitting here 2 years ago or 2 years ago, I would say the sentence that I've got a psychiatrist appointment today, I would have laughed in your face. I would. Man, what do you think? You think I'm going to tell you that? Hell no, because there was really a bad. I can't get the word, but everyone thought that mental illness or needing to work on depression or whatever was an illness. Was you're sick, you should be removed from society. You don't belong. You should be excluded. And thank God I got help, and thank God I put myself through treatment, because I've come out on the other side much better person than I've been in my entire life. So.
Amen. As a matter of fact, Gary brings up a very important point. My father died at 67 years old of cirrhosis of the liver. And I know my father died with so many things he did not say, wanted to say, could have said. And he comes from that generation that there is no therapy. Like therapist, psychiatrist, you know, it's for crazy people. Right? So the stigma behind men asking for help in that generation is staggering. And so when we think about the mortality rate for men from that generation, it is just from almost eating bowls of shit for years and having no place to purge it. I just have to eat it and take it and eat it and take it, be a fucking man. And I'll never forget when my father told that to me, right? And it took me many, many years to get to a place where I felt comfortable being open and being vulnerable. But I had to ruin my entire life to get there. Drugs, alcohol, divorce, chaos, lose everything. And then, well, maybe I can try this because nothing else is working. And that's what's important. Today, thank God that is not the case. Vulnerability is talked about more than ever in history. The ability to be open and vulnerable and have space held for anyone, man and women, is huge part of our societal structure. So that we can be truly grateful for. Did I lose Tori? Okay. No, she's still there. All right. Well, we are at the top of the hour. Michael, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. I feel like I might actually get my first night of rest in quite some time. Hell, that might be ever. I don't know. But thank you, everybody. I really appreciate you. My HP is in the house. That's all I know. My HP is in the house. He's in my heart and it is full right now, and I love it. Thank you, Omar.
Ooh, God, I felt that over here, brother. Sending you so much love, man. All right, everyone. We will see you next Wednesday, same time. Spread the love.